Hello guys, today I want to share a technique how to take full usage of your CPU and your RAM while rendering with Background Renderer Pro. Okay, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to settings and you're gonna disable multi-CPU processing. Just uncheck right here. But okay. Then you want to install Background Renderer Pro, which is a script you can get from aescripts.com for $35 at the moment. To enable the window, you're gonna go to Window, Background Renderer, and hit that. I've already got it open here. Next thing is you're gonna set up your project like you would render in a normal project. So I've got my latest project here and set my render region to about 15 seconds or something. Okay, so now we're gonna add it to the render queue. On Windows it's Control M, or you can go to Composition, Add to render queue. Now the settings here, we're gonna take our settings for multiple computers, as well as here, settings for multiple computers. And in the lower settings here, you will have to choose a sequence in order to render it with Background Renderer with multiple instances. So in default, this is going to be Photoshop sequence. I'm gonna change it to JPEG sequence, and in format options, I'm gonna leave it on the maximal quality and hit OK. Keep in mind that rendering as a sequence will not render the audio of your project, so you will have to render it separate. Now you have to choose a destination of your sequence files. And you can hit save in subfolder and put a name in here, and it's going to save all the files at this location. Okay, now everything is set up like a normal render, but instead of hitting the After Effects render button, I'm gonna hit it in Background Renderer Pro. The settings in here you can leave at default. Make sure you have checked Use Multiprocessing, which we disabled earlier in the After Effects settings. You can even configure an iPhone notification in the Background Renderer Pro. For further infos, check the Background Renderer manual. Okay, with everything set up, this checkbox here enabled for rendering, we're gonna hit Background Render. And it's gonna ask to save your project. You just go ahead and click yes. This is going to open up an instance of Background Renderer. And it's gonna start rendering your project frame by frame. Now to open another instance, you're gonna go into the render window, enable the box again, and then hit BG render again. It's again going to ask for save the project, click yes. And now you have two instances of Background Renderer running, as you can see. For me, I got 32 gigs of RAM. I'm able to run about 6 instances of Background Renderer Pro, which is going to take like, I think 26 gigs of RAM in usage. The renderings with this technique are going to be much faster. You're gonna have much more speed, because you're going to take full usage of your CPU and your RAM. Now I'm gonna render the audio. So I will go back to my project, same as before, add it to the render queue. Now I'm gonna go to the settings and disable video. So it's only gonna render the audio. Go ahead and hit OK. Choose the destination. I'm gonna call this audio. And hit save. And now you can hit the normal render button from After Effects. It's gonna take not even a second to render. Okay, if you go and take a look at the render files, you're gonna see that you end up with multiple frame pictures, which is a sequence, and the audio file I rendered just a second ago. Now to put this all together again, you're gonna need software like Premiere Pro or VirtualDub. Okay, in Premiere Pro I'm gonna open the sequence, which means I will have to enable the first picture of the sequence. enable sequence and click open. This is going to import your sequence. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. Now another important thing is you will have to set the frames per second to the right number. So I'm gonna delete this here again. Go to my sequence, right click and go to interpret footage. And now I'm gonna set the frame rate to 30 FPS because I know that's my After Effects setting. Go ahead and hit OK. I'm gonna drag this in here. I'm gonna change the sequence settings, the sequence of Premiere Pro. Gonna go ahead and import the audio, add it there, and all you gotta do now is just render it like a normal Premiere Pro project. Okay, so here I got my final file. The process is a bit more complicated, but you're gonna save so much time for bigger projects with the background renderer technique. Okay, I hope you guys learned something new, and I hope you can use it in your daily work. If you have questions, you can ask them in the comment section. Have a great day. Bye, guys.